Well, hello everyone, good evening and welcome to round 3 of the TheSimZone's GT3 Championship on Assetto Corsa Competizione, and tonight we've got the 1 hour race around the beautiful Spa-Francorchamps circuit in Belgium. Just waiting on Discord to see when the lobby gets reset and then we'll jump into it. They've already been doing some practice. I've had to put a message up as well in the general chat that quite a few drivers I think have read. I know a few of them have already replied to me about it, not that it matters what they said. Basically, I can't really get the Porsche to work around here. We're the only Porsche in the field, of course. At some tracks, the Porsche is quite good. Others, it's horrendous. Spa is the latter. Now, I've had to go on the setup with sort of medium-ish wings to protect me around, you know, Eau Rouge and Radion, and also some of the left-right sequences in Sector 2 and Sector 3, and that's meant that we're quite slow down the straights. Also, a contributing factor to that is that some of the corners around it I'm going to be very, very slow at tonight, and I've had to actually give an advisory to all the drivers, say if you're up my arse at certain corners on this circuit, I can't take that as fast as you expect me to, and you will hit me up the arse and you will have damage and probably ruin one or both our races. The corners are Pouon, the very fast double left-hander in Sector 2, Curva Porfrere, which is the right-hander leading onto the Blanchimont straight at the back of the circuit, and then the left-hand kink leading to the final chicane. I have to lift off mid-corner all the way at all three of them points as well, whilst other cars can take it pretty much flat. And that's going to be a bit of a problem because I've had some social races I've done earlier on today when I had a couple of hours free time in amongst everything else I've been doing this weekend. It's been pretty busy for me for a change. Yeah, I was causing quite a few incidents, and most drivers are able to take avoiding action with a slower Porsche ahead of them all of a sudden. Yeah, there were a few bumps up my backside, so hopefully that doesn't happen. We will go and try and find the server now. There has been no message as of yet, I don't think, though it is 6 o'clock, so we'll have a butchers anyway for the lobby, and hopefully it is on here. FP1, okay, you can refresh the list. So I've got a feeling the weather for tonight is expected for there to be no rain at least. But I do believe the lobby settings have meant that the race start, which is an hour long, will be 2 o'clock in the morning, which is going to be terrifying because that is in the middle of the night, and I haven't done a lot of night racing around here. I'm not very comfortable with night racing around here, and certainly a circuit like Spa, it can be very, very challenging. Server has been restarted. Okay, right, another thing to look at, the standings as well. They have been updated after Zandvoort. We currently sit, out of the 19 drivers that are full-time in this series, we currently sit in 11th place, which all things considered is not too bad. We're on 43 points. We've got a few other drivers very, very close to us. The leaders are on 112 and 110, so we're not winning this championship. The disappointing thing is if we did secure that P5 at Monza before we ran out of fuel towards the very end, we probably would have been sitting in 6th or 7th in the championship, which, considering I'm the only Porsche in the field and the only driver on a controller, I don't think that's too bad going. But yeah, we sit at the moment 11th in the championship. Tonight is going to be, I think, a difficult one for me. Yeah, the server has been restarted, so we'll go find the password, which is that one. Okay, so we'll just refresh it quickly. There's probably going to be some drivers already in here. Indeed, there is already 10, and we're already halfway through FP1, so that's fine. So the password should be that one, and it is indeed, and we're into the session. Just double check my settings so I'm not actually broadcasting to the lobby like I was last week. So yeah, we are in a party, that is fine, so the drivers won't be hearing me, so that's good. So we'll just load up into the session now and then talk strategy and what we're going to do. We won't be going out during free practice.
Green light, give it all you got.
Because there is absolutely no point in that. So there's 11 drivers in here at the moment. I think we're expecting maybe 17 or 18 of the full field of 20. On the right hand side there you can see the weather is going to be fine. The free practice session is now taking place. We won't go out there, we'll just sort of set up out and wait for qualifying to start. Qualifying is going to take place 2 o'clock in the afternoon on a Saturday, and a race, a 1 hour race, is going to start at 2 AM on the Sunday, so it is confirmed as a night race. Drivers in here already. We've got Ronson in here as well, foul guest, Mr. CJ, Cosmic Mike, The Wall, good friend of The Wall, W as well, who will be in the pink and blue McLaren. Might have a few reserves in tonight, who knows. So we're set up then. This will be it for me. Might have to bump the tyre pressures up just a little bit before the start of the race, because obviously 2 o'clock in the morning is going to be cooler temperatures. That's going to affect the tyre pressure, so we've got to make sure that we nail that as well. We have to make a mandatory pit stop between minute 20 and minute 40. We have 2 tyre sets, you can see there. Dry set number 1, fuel 30 should be okay. We'll have to change it in the race. We'll change all the tyre pressures in the build-up before the race as well, because I'm not 100% sure exactly what we're going to do there. I've reduced the anti-roll bars a little bit as well, and changed around the bump stops, dampers and the aero. That is it there. That is the setup. It feels quite stable. The biggest issue for me has always been going for Eau Rouge and Radion. There will probably be a few incidents there tonight. This is an incredibly long pit lane here, because it uses the modern pit lane that the F1 cars take, and also at the moment we're currently sitting in the historic pit lane, the old pit lane. The race start, it's going to be a full formation lap. The race start actually is at the old start-finish line on the run down to Eau Rouge, as they do in the Blancpain Endurance Series, and then after that the start-finish line will be in the traditional place that we know of it today. The pit lane here, yeah, you could lose a good 2/3 of a lap. Bearing in mind pole time today is probably going to be a 2:18 or a 2:19. I'm in the 2:25s, so off the pace. I'm not expecting much. I am just hoping that other people sort of cock it up and make their own mistakes. The target for us is very much stay out of trouble, keep it clean, don't pick up any damage, don't run out of fuel, anything like that, and hope to pick up some sort of a result. If we can finish inside the top 10, I'll put it down as a very successful race. 2:25s in race trim isn't exactly ideal. So there's a couple of cars out on track at the moment, but it's a bit pointless with just a 5-minute free practice session, which is basically just used for the drivers to get into the lobby. You can see that 17 are now getting involved, so the tyre pressures will need to be changed around before the race, and obviously with our fuel strategy as well. But we've got 30 litres in for qualifying. I've done some fuel calculations in my mind. The fuel burn is about 3.44 to 3.46 litres a lap, and with an hour race, we're looking at around 86 to 87 litres to do it. I'll probably put 90 litres in to obviously take into consideration the formation lap, and that's also taking into consideration that I consistently do 2-minute 25s. So qualifying has now started. 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Looks quite overcast actually. Very cloudy. No chance of rain, which is good. And now it's going to be a good opportunity for us to get out on circuit. So I think everything is set up. Yep, pretty much happy with everything. And here we go. And the orange and blue Porsche comes out again. There's W in his pink McLaren. And now on to Spa. Well, only a few weeks ago, if you can hear me over the transmission whine, we had the real life 24-hour race at Spa. I watched quite a lot of it, to be honest with you. And there was a good battle between an Audi and a Ferrari in the last 10 minutes for the overall win, which the Ferrari took. There was, of course, a very scary crash, which involved Britain's own Jack Aitken at Radion, where a Lamborghini's lost it at the top and he's collected 3 other cars. Jack Aitken, as far as we know, has a damaged lung, cracked vertebrae, leg injuries as well, and is probably going to be out of competition until probably the end of this season, to be honest. And if you just Google it or YouTube the crash, you don't really see the crash too much, but the aftermath is just nothing left of the car. Okay, this is one of the trouble corners for us. I mean, it looks okay on board, but you'll be able to see other drivers will be able to take that a lot quicker.
Yellow flag in sector 2.
This is quite a nice little section. You can take a lot of curve inside and outside. Same down here as well, up to third gear, down to second, you can take a lot of inside curve. I mean, you want to run the car as wide as you can if you're full flare. I have to lift off, unfortunately. And now along Blanchimont. We won't hit 6th gear along here, unfortunately, due to the gearing in the wing on the car. And this is another trouble corner, over to the right hand side. Pitch it in. It wasn't as good as it could have been. But it's a big lift off there compared to other cars. And finally the bus stop chicane. And then out of it. And then now along the modern start finish straight. Start our first qualifying lap. If we can get it in the 2:25s, I'll be happy. Solid banker whilst the pressures continue to come up.
Well done, mate.
227 now. Need to be quicker. That was a lot more aggressive through there. Almost a second up on our previous best.
in sector 1.
It's a shame that we could have had a lap time in the 25s there, mid 25.
Yellow flag ahead, be careful.
Okay, we go again. We can do a 25-3. I think we're going to struggle to beat that, unfortunately. '11th at the moment.
There's a slow car ahead.
Jesus!
Your lap time is invalidated. Please try to stay on the track. Got some light damage on the front of the
Who was that? What a fucking idiot. Flashed him and everything. Right, that's our qualifying over. Moan Bubbles, you are getting a Discord message, mate. That was just... Really, brother? Really? Well, I've just put a message in Discord to him. Are you blind or just dumb? Genuine question. I mean, I've come out the top of Radiant on full chat. He's come out the pits, which exits onto the right-hand side. I'm flashing my headlights, telling him, look, stay where you are. I know where you are. I'm coming past at 130 mile an hour. And all of a sudden, he decides to jink over to the left-hand side. I'm going so fast, I can't. I've got to watch this back. I've got to watch this back. So, luckily, I do have the stream going alongside me. Okay, so bottom of a rouge, we come out, it's blind at the top, can't see anything, right, dink left, Radion, oh there he is, flash the headlights, I'm going left, all of a sudden he moves over to the left hand side, I've got nowhere to go. I mean, that is like, oh, if he does that in the race and ruins someone's race, there's going to be major problems. And apparently he's a reserve, and the reserve doesn't know what he's doing. Well, unfortunately, our qualifying is over. Yeah, we wouldn't have had time to go back round again, unfortunately. 13th at the moment, but there's 5 drivers in there that haven't set a lap time yet, so I'm probably expecting to be last. And if we are last by about 3 or 4 seconds, that will be quite disconcerting. 2:19.2 is the fastest so far. I'd have expected someone to get into the 18s, but Gunnar Gamble and Quado are clearly the class of the field, as they have been already. Anyway, that little moment there with Bubbles, I will probably be having to send that into the stewards, because that was just like ridiculous. If that happens in the race, that's just ridiculous, simple as that. There's 30 seconds left of the qualifying session. Might as well yeah, we might as well have a look at the setup now. So, might bump this up just a little bit. So we've got 26.6 and 25.9s. Fuel strategy, we are going to go with 90 laps, or 90 litres I should say. Tyre set number 2. And then we'll go to tyre set number 1. What were the tyres? 6.6, 5.9. Tyre set number 2 start the race on. We got a tyre set number 1 in the race, which we have to do in terms of the rules. 3.39 litre burn, which is fine. It's a little less than 3.46. We might be able to save a litre or 2 before the end of the race. Pit stop was fine. Tyre set 1. Front brakes, rear brakes is fine. Front brakes, rear brakes 2. And I'm happy with all of that. Cool. 6.6, 5.9 across the board. Fuel and strategy, 90 litres. Tyre set number 2, number 1 should be fine. Should be saved. Certainly hope so. Anyway. Ah, there's 8 Ferraris in this field. So 3 minutes before start, you see that it's 2 o'clock in the morning. So it's a night race. Pit window, tyre change, we can't swap drivers, we can't refuel. So we're starting in 13th, although 15th down, didn't set a lap time, probably invalidations. If we pick up damage, unless it's massively race ending, we will have to carry it until the beginning of the pit window, which will start at 40 minutes left. So 6.6, 5.9 on the pressures. 6.6, 5.9, that's fine. 90 litres is fine. I'm going to go 92. No, I'm going a 93. That'll cover us for the formation lap and maybe an extra lap at the end of the race. Let's hope so. Mechanical grip dampers, aero is fine, but obviously we're going to be heavy on fuel, so it might change the balance of the car to start off with. But we'll be going as long as we can into the stint, like we did at Zandvoort. We're going to make the change onto tyre set number 1. 6.6 front PSIs, 5.9 rear PSIs, brakes, pad select 2 on both. Cool, so we'll back out, we'll go back into it again because sometimes it's a little bit weird. Yep, I'm happy with everything. Whoa.
Seconds.
30 seconds left, here we go.
It's quite a bit different. It's obviously a different concept of a car.
So, gonna need our lights.
It's fun. It's quite a challenge. I like it. I think it suits my driving style.
Everyone gets onto the grid and turns their lights on. I'm happy with everything here.
Now since the second half it's going really well. I'm just starting to feel at home and I think it's really cool, so I'm enjoying it.
Let's see how it goes.
Yep.
We got a text now.
Stay single file.
By something that we can't see. But once we got the text now, there was nothing more than a passenger on both the impacted rearward impact. Now, I mean, an impact like that
Night racing at Spa.
Low tire pressure, stay away from curbs.
Got some drivers ahead of us with the rain light on. We'll keep it in a fairly high gear because I don't want to be burning up too much fuel. Where are you going? I don't know. I'm not nervous for this race in terms of where I finish. If we pick up damage and we're involved in an early incident, then so be it, that's the part of racing. My main concern is obviously driving at night. Very little experience on ACC of night driving, mainly because for races I've done, the official races like this one, they've all been during the day. The only other one I've done at night was with Motive Racing a few months ago at Barcelona. And also a lot of open lobbies that happen don't really, they just use the default, you know, 2 o'clock in the afternoon races. So it's going to be a new experience. could be a new experience to other drivers as well. Just looking there on the left-hand side at the map, there's several drivers that have decided to not take the race start. Now, two reasons why that's happened, because it's rare to see it, certainly in an official race, because once the green flag drops, you're then held in the pits for a small period of time, 10-15 seconds, and then you come out. But then you've got to be on the pit lane limiter and get up to speed whilst we're all hooning around at full race pace. So it's probably there's two reasons why that's happened. Number one, they haven't readied up onto the grid in time after the 30-second get your ass onto the grid window. Or number two, it's to avoid any potential incidents at the start. We start the race on the run to Eau Rouge, not on the run to the Lassour's hairpin. And at night, with pressures still cold, as you can see, and I might have gone the wrong way of pressures. Why did I increase the pressures when the temperature's going to be less? I needed to decrease the pressures. That is a bit of a fail on my part. Hopefully it doesn't affect me. Otherwise, well, if it does affect me, we just keep it clean for the first 20 minutes, pit at the beginning of the window, and then just increase our tyre pressures. I think they will come in though once we do get up to proper race speed. Let's just hope that everyone is sensible at the start. Okay then, 1 hour of Spa is about to begin at night. Whew. Here we go, boys and girls.
Green light, go, go, go.
Fucking hell. So the three cars inside the pits are now out of the pits.
Car on the right. 3 wide.
Oh my god, there's cars everywhere. What is going on?
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Fucking learn to drive, people. Okay, on to Blanchiment, so I can breathe for the first time. P10.
Slow car ahead.
Make that P9. Little bit of damage. We can carried that nicely. Sure about just surviving. They're being at night and really not a lot of lighting around this circuit, as you can imagine, for somewhere like Spa. I've got to try and find brake points, braking markers.
Yellow flag, be careful.
Yellow flag, someone binned it at the top of... Oh, he's right there. God, that's terrifying. So someone's lost it already at the top of Radion. Up to P8, we've kept it relatively clean. So challenging at night.
Slow car ahead.
Well, the tyre pressures are coming in slowly, but they are there.
Car on the left.
Barry makes a mistake. P7. We're making gains.
Yellow flag accepted. Well done, mate. Passing the fastest lap.
.228.0 is my fastest so far. To be expected that the pace is going to be down, I think, from a few cars. And the thing is, some drivers are different. Some drivers like to be left alone at night, others like a car to follow. I'm very much, I want someone just ahead of me. Just so I can pick out points where they are in the circuit, where to turn in, where to brake. If they make a mistake, I could follow them off though, that's the only problem. But this is where track knowledge really comes into it. But so far we're doing okay, yeah? Well, there's a big group of cars behind me. Like I said, I'm not expected to be in this position. I'm expected to be one of, if not the slowest car around here.
Well done, mate. You're also the best.
27.4. think there might be 4 cars behind me.
There's a slow car up ahead.
So far, we haven't really done anything wrong. Just going about our business. I have, I believe, at least 4 cars behind me. We've lost 2 runners, we're down to 17 already.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
One thing these guys have got to get used to very quickly is I am very good at defending my position. This is a tiny little Porsche, but I can make it fucking wide. Minutes into the race then. Goes by quickly. There are indeed 4 cars behind me.
Yellow flag in sector 2.
Got a feeling I'm going to lose a position or 2 here.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Oh, come on, mate.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
that'll be our first track warning. Oh no, got away with it.
Yellow flag, be careful there.
Oh, yellow flag zone. Jesus Christ!
Car on the left, clear on the left.
Holy fucking tits! That put the shitters at me. Glad I know what I'm doing on a racetrack. Well, he says that after he'd taken someone out half a minute ago. Oh, we're going deep into this corner. Besides a car behind, so okay. We are to P6 at the moment, we lost another 2 drivers. And pretty much everyone that is still running is behind me. Although there are a couple of guys I think, a lap or 2 down.
Yellow flag in sector 1. Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Just so many cars behind me. We've lost 4 drivers already. We're only 15 minutes into this race. It's mad. I think there's now 6 cars behind me. Somehow none of them been able to get past me yet. Well, one guy did and I sort of gave him a bit of a bump. Wow. I think we might be losing a position here. You shall not pass. Not today. Nearly 20 minutes I've kept this group behind me now. Now we've got Cosmic Mike behind us, we know he's quick.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Oh, that's deep into La Source.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Now it's getting spicy. I've got two guys right up my arse here.
Bit windows open.
The window opens, 20 minutes in.
Car on the left.
Defend the inside this time.
Clear on the left.
Not happening! It's not happening! Oh, it will now.
Car on the left. Clear on the left. Car on the right. Clear on the right. Car on the right. Clear on the right.
That was heavy stuff. We finally lose a position. Everyone behind decides to pit because I'm holding them up so much. I mean, eventually we'll lose all them positions. All them guys behind will pass us. But it was nice for nearly 25 minutes, keeping 4 or 5 cars behind us. I've got my line up, one through there. Didn't get a track cut warning though, so that's okay. For a good 25 minutes, that was a hell of a lot of fun, keeping them guys behind me. But somewhere my front tyre pressures have now disappeared. What's that about? Hopefully they come back around the rest of the lap and it was just the long straights that caused them to cool down. As for fuel, we might as well talk about it. We're good. We'll be fine this race. Yeah, car doesn't feel too good at this stage of the race. Don't think we've got any additional damage. Have a look on the straight. Oh wow. So just change the screen. Gunner Gamble in 8th had a drive-through penalty and has not served his pit stop yet. That's a shock because he's one of the quicker guys on here. And Falguest has made his pit stop and sped in the pit lane. He's got a 30-second stop-go penalty. So that helps us out. So we could come out of this with a top 10. I mean, a stop-go penalty, a 30-second stop-go penalty is basically another pit stop. That's Redding, the back marker, who's had a moment on the exit of curve of Port Frere. He's a lap down in last anyway, so he's really not enjoying these conditions. I'm getting used to it with each passing lap. Cosmic Mike pits. Rob Notches is in the pit lane at the moment. Foul Guest is 12th now and is serving his stop-go penalty. Halfway through this race. Momentarily in P4. Copy that, Jeff.
Yellow flag in sector 3.
So halfway through the race, we've used 46 litres, we have 46 left. But we will save about a litre, trundling down the pit lane. We're going to make our stop. Fuel per lap has gone up a little bit. It wasn't a 3.4s, it's now 3.5. So that is being taken into account. But I think we are still okay for fuel, going around at full chat where we are. So I'm just looking at the graph there on the left, or trying to, I will in a second. Cosmic Mike's just come out in the pits in 7th, in 6th actually, 6th or 7th. I think it's an opportunity that when we make our pit stop in a couple of minutes, we could be in 7th place, which is a madness. .8 seconds worth of damage. Concentrating pretty heavily here, which is why on not saying too much. There's still a few drivers out there yet to complete their mandatory pit stop. Top 5. We will be in at the end of this lap. Just in case something goes wrong on the next lap, like we have an accident or I don't know what, I've got my timings wrong.
Yellow flag in sector 3.
Okay, don't speed in the pits. That'd be the absolute worst thing to do. We're entirely sure where it was. Okay, we're going on to tyre set number 1. 6.6, 5.9. We... damage isn't really affecting us too much. So we won't replace the damage. So pit limiters on, obviously, race strategy, fuel, we are aware of the fuel. Tyre set number 1, which is the set we used at the beginning of qualifying. 6.6, 6.6, 5.9, 5.9. We're not going to change the brakes. We're not going to fix the damage. Lord only knows where we're going to rejoin at the end of this. Oh God! And after what felt like an eternity, so P4 is currently in the pits, so we're promoted to P3. That's him right behind us. The lead is in as well. So that's P3 then, just travelling down the pits.
Come on, go.
Okay, he's boxing, whoever he is. Okay. We're out in 7th, just a handful of seconds away from 6th, 5th and 4th. In fact, that is 6th, just ahead of us. P8 is just behind. P9 20 seconds back, but he's yet to service pit stop. And then 25 seconds back to P10. So there's still very much places to be lost and gained in this race. 20 minutes to go. We've just got to just keep pounding round. So what happens to Gunnar Gamble then?
Yellow flag in sector 1.
I still think we're good on fuel, but it might be fairly close. We'll have to keep an eye on it in the next 2 or 3 laps. I've got W catching me behind. Gunnar Gamble as well, who hasn't served his pit stop. Not too sure what's going on there. Might be a glitch. Personal best. Felt like a good lap. Obviously we will all get naturally a little bit quicker now. Most of us are on fresher tyres. Lighter fuel loads. I'm losing time to the cars in the front, which is to be expected. And the guys behind are catching, which is to be expected. Again, I said before, if we come away with a top 10, I'll be delighted. We're on course for that. on, W's going to be right up behind me at the end of this lap. There he is, and that pink McLaren. We've had a few battles in the past. We're about to have another one, I think.
Well done, mate. This has been your personal best.
Come on, W, what you got, mate? What you got for me? Well, that wasn't good. Come on, car, work with me here. Porsche's taking every line rather than I wanted to. Don't be a dick. Gunnar Gamble has joined the party, and the lead is only 16 seconds behind as well. It's all kicking off here, 11 minutes to go. Nearly killed him.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Trying to flash my headlights out and put them off, but couldn't see my braking point. P10's only 12 seconds away as well. getting sweaty. I'd like to know where I used all of the track and the curve, and yet he's found so much more speed for Eau Rouge and Radeon. You just like make a straight line, bro. Because that was fucking bullshit.
Yellow flag in sector 1.
Try and keep as much pressure on this McLaren as we can. He has a tendency to make mistakes when under pressure, does this guy. Well, the lead is 6 seconds back, P10 is 7 seconds back, P11 is 12 seconds back, so he might still finish outside the top 10 here. I reckon we've got 3 laps to go. You saw nothing. Oh, that was a poor line through there.
Faster car behind you.
Well, I've got the leader up behind me, but off-cutting P10's right behind him as well.
Faster car is approaching. Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Well, I don't expect the leader to do that. 2 laps to go then, for me now. Oh, the balance of the car's all gone. And here comes P10.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
So I've got 1 3/4 of a lap to keep this P10 ahead of Jay Reedy behind, who's 6.6 back and catching. We're fine on fuel. Trying. Even though Offcut and W could have a little moment and take each other out, it would be nice to give me a P8. Indeed, one of them's in the wall. They're both in the wall. They've had a crash. As predicted. Oh no, it's just W. W has had a crash. So a P9. 3.7 back to Reedy now. I don't think he'll get us. Final lap then. Notification comes out as we run out of time. 3.3, 3.2. Unsure about what's going to happen to Gunnar Gamble once he finishes the race, because according to our screens he did not pit for his tyre change in the pit window. He did pit for a drive-through. Which would be due to incidents or something, or too many corner cuts. So well done to the leader. We come across the line. And as ever, flash your headlights.
Alright, check it flag. Good job.
Doesn't matter where you finish.
I'll bring the car back.
dumb. Oh my golly god, Gunnar Gamble got all the way back up to P4. Yeah, I'm not too sure what's going to happen after the race with that. Oh, it's a P9 for us. Falguest was 5 laps down in the end. Reading, Redding, or everyone, it was 11 laps down. He had a hell of a lot of problems, didn't he? Quado wins. He's in the lead of the championship anyway. Kenny, he's a quick driver. Not too sure who SD12 Dash is. Gunnar Gamble, question marks will be over that one. Obnoxious Cosmic Mike the Wall in 7th, well done to him. But very much a difficult race in terms of pace. That rhymes. I was never going to be overly competitive here, but it is a top. I said at the beginning, if we can get a top 10 out of this race, I'll be happy. And we have come away with a P9. Question marks will be over the little love tap I gave to whoever it was at the bus stop chicane in the early laps. If he puts a report in, I might get a penalty, a time penalty for that. And a points penalty, licence penalty, all of that jazz. Gunnar Gamble has been given a 130-second penalty, which puts him down to P7 for not pitting in the window. Okay, well, it looks like P9 has been confirmed then. I'm sure there'll be some things said in Discord after this race. First 25 minutes were quite entertaining, keeping that group of cars behind me for as long as I could. Thought I did a relatively good job, all things considered. And then we followed Cosmic Mike Man for a couple of laps, and then we pitted just before, I think it was 23 minutes left, 23 minutes left for our pit stop. Came out, I mean, 4th and 5th got past us, and then P6 got past us as well. Just coming out of Radion, it'd been stupid of me to try and cut across and block him. The speed difference was so great between us. And then we slipped back from P7 down to P10. As Gunnar Gamble, Offcut and W got past us. And W, he's even lost it by himself. We had an incident with Offcut. And he's crashed with a couple of laps to go. Uruj with Radion, whichever part it was. And we have come across the line in P9. Now the server will end, or I'll just leave the server as it is. And that'll be everything done. We'll have a quick look on the old Discord. As I fire up Discord, I'm going to take a well-earned swig of Belgian beer. Why not, as we're at Belgium. Celebrate a P9, why not? So we'll have a quick butchers in the general chat. So Mine Brothers has replied to me. Would rather ask you that question. I tried to make room for you on the racing line and you go where I was heading. No, mate. Foul guest, hold my hands up to Carnage at Lecom on lap 1. Got onto the grass and braking does not work there. Good racing. Oh yeah, that was the guy that almost absolutely swiped us out at the start there. Yeah, other than nothing else to be said. We'll have a look as well to see in the what will it be, inquiries possibly? Okay, well, there's nothing else being said at the moment. That's absolutely fine for me, and I might as well bring this live stream to an end. I did say last week after the Dutch race at Zandvoort that I was going to be doing the last of the F1 2020 Sprint Mode Championship and then start periodically uploading the 2021 Sprint Mode Championship, because I've already got a full season done on that game. It's been very difficult to work last week. A lot of changes going on in my personal and professional life, and I really haven't had the time. Haven't been sleeping well either, and I've just been absolutely exhausted once I finish work. And the last thing I want to do is sit here and commentate and edit and do what I need to do when I just need to sleep. And this weekend as well, usually when I have got time to do these things, I haven't this weekend. I've been very, very busy with a lot of work stuff going on at the moment. Maybe there'll be some news in the foreseeable future, but it's looking promising, to say the least. And yeah, so at the moment it is just this every week. There are a couple of more races coming up. I think there's only 5 or 6 races of this championship. It's quite short. I think they're looking at maybe integrating multi-class for the next championship, endurance races as well, which is going to be very difficult considering I use a pad and I'm sitting on a cushion rather than in a race seat with a sim rig. But we'll see how that all plays out. But I'm enjoying my time here, and you know, that would have been 3 solid top 10s if it wasn't for Monza. So it's a few more points anyway. I'm not a contender for the championship, but if we can finish in the top 10 by the season's end, I'll be very, very happy. So once again, thank you to everyone that drops in and out periodically. And if you have enjoyed this stream and all the other streams and uploads and everything I do on this channel, a like and a subscribe would be very much appreciated. But for now, that is the end of this stream. I'll be back here next Sunday for round 4, wherever circuit it will be, and there might be some F1 related stuff during the week if I have the time. But for now, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all for the next one very soon.